The following Basic Techniques article is brought to you by Scrapbooking.com magazine from the April 2012 issue. Square One, Embossed Easter Eggs by author and artist Judy Kaufman. Toward the end of February, my friend Nancy sent me a photo of the display she put up in anticipation of spring and Easter. I was touched to see that cards I sent to her in years past were standing among her treasures. Cards connect people. Sometimes they get tucked away, other times they're enjoyed for a brief period and then tossed. Either way, the sender has the pleasure of making them, and the recipients get the pleasure of finding real mail in with the bills and flyers. So here's to a batch of Easter cards for 2012, and here's hoping that Nancy enjoys the one that's on its way to her now. We'll start with a super simple project. Hand or die cut some egg shapes out of cardstock or shimmer sheets, and emboss them in your favorite embossing folders. Sand the shimmer sheets eggs just a bit for a Florentine finish, and decorate all of the eggs with a variety of glitter stickers. Doodle with pens to highlight the embossing on the cardstock eggs. Then punch a 1/8 inch hole and add a cord for flat, easy-to-mail ornaments, or add eggs to folded cards made with layers of coordinating papers. And you're done! Here are a few design strategies. I thought it would be interesting and different to use bright colors instead of traditional Easter pastels, so I reached for Asian origami papers. The bold pattern eggs hold their own against equally bold pattern backgrounds. When you make your cards, choose a color combination that makes you happy. You don't have to copy mine. And don't be afraid to mix heavily patterned embossed eggs with pattern backgrounds. Look closely and you'll notice that one of the shimmer sheets eggs uses the pattern with leaves and flowers embossed as raised patterns, while the other uses the reverse side of the pattern. The background is raised instead of the leaves and flowers. One of the swirling floral pattern orange eggs was embossed twice. Once with the floral pattern raised, covering most of the egg, then again to cover the rest of the egg toward the right side with the pattern side down. This helps give the egg form and dimension. For inspiration, take a visual voyage. Head for the library or do an internet image search to hunt for patterns and motifs from other cultures. As you travel, you'll begin to see the way these influences are felt across the globe. For example, trace the way floral motifs from Asia and the Middle East made their way to Europe, and from there to North and South America. Trade routes brought embroidery from the kimonos and wall hangings in Japan to the garments and floor coverings in France and England. Our great-grandmothers, in turn, interpreted the motifs that came with them to the States from Europe, Africa, and elsewhere. A repeat pattern in an early Swedish weaving pattern appears later in a colonial textile. Narrow bands of African kente cloth and hand-woven Guatemalan hair ribbons bear a strong resemblance to one another. It's all connected, a world of visual ideas that overlap and interweave. A printable project card with instructions and a list of supplies can be found by clicking on the step-by-step instructions link within the online version of this article. To find the products featured in this article and shown in these layouts, check with your local scrapbook retailer. Browse our premier retail stores for coupons to a store near you. We hope you enjoyed this article from Scrapbooking.com magazine. For more creative inspiration, be sure to check out all of the great articles and projects in this month's issue.